My dear friends, my greetings to all of you who are following our module Social Presence and Online Tutoring. And today we are coming to our last, sixth part. We have already discussed very many important issues. We talked about definition of online tutoring. We tried to outline the methodology and main methodological principles. We discussed ICT tools and the role of social media in the context of online tutoring. We also defined what is the difference between interactivity and different types of interaction in the online environment. We also outlined the competences, main barriers, main problems which may occur in the course of delivering online tutoring. And today we are coming to one more crucial thing to remember and to keep in mind, that is assessment and evaluation. So today we are going to speak about how to conduct assessment and evaluation in the environment of online tutoring. Well, those who are teaching in the class, those who are teaching in face-to-face environment or online environment, they are always concerned with very many questions, and some of them we will try to highlight here. For example, we may be concerned if our students really actively participating in the course, if they are taking all the exams, if they are fulfilling all the assignments, if they are writing papers which we expect from them, or how we as instructors or teachers, how can we understand that our students really understand what we are teaching, and how we can trace that they are applying the knowledge which we try to develop within the course. Well, other question, how can we ensure that students won't cheat at the exams or other assessments? And how can we deal with the plagiarism problem online? So, to speak about the development of assessment tools and the content of the assessment, we have to remind or also recollect that while developing the course, we have to think of the objectives, outcomes, and competences. What students will learn by the end of the unit, what students will be able to know and to do at the end of the course, what are the competences they will acquire by the end of the program. And the course development model may be presented in this way. Well, first of all, we are thinking about the university mission and what is the main purpose of the program of training the students. Then within the program we are defining competencies and highlighting the outcomes. The outcomes are represented within the units and the objectives of each separate unit. According to the objectives, we are developing and designing activities and assessments which should go together or coincide with the content or correspond to the content of the activities, objectives, outcomes, and competences, and of course the mission of the whole program. Well, the map of the competences, outcomes, objectives, and assessment can be presented in this way. So we are having here program competencies, course outcomes, unit learning objectives, assessment, and ICT tools which will be helpful for us to realize everything in the environment of online tutoring. Assessment entails grading, and our grading should be organized according to the type of instruction and according to the type of assessments and activities which are designed within the course. You must give full importance and time for developing appropriate techniques and appropriate assignments for assessment. Our rubrics must be transparent and explicit for the students to understand what exactly is evaluated, what exactly is coming to the focus for the main and overall evaluation. So, when thinking about assessment in online tutoring, use assessment techniques that fit the context and align with learning objectives. Design assessments that are clear, easy to understand, and likely to work in online environment. Ask for the students' feedback and the students' recommendations or ideas on types of assessment which are going to be more effective and more applicable for the context of online tutoring. When talking about assessment, I'd like to stress the difference between traditional assessment and authentic assessment. In traditional assessment, the teacher is developing tests, and the tests are mostly based on this process of recognition and recollection of information which is driven from the course. And such results of the tests usually indirect evidence of the competences which were developed by their learning. As for authentic assessment, it is really more productive and more effective to get the information how students would deal with the real life situations. Because such a kind of assessment, such kind of assignments apply construction and apply application of knowledge and information which they got from the course. So such types of assignments and such types of assessment are student-centered and provide direct evidence on their competencies. Tell me and I will forget. Teach me and I will remember. Involve me and I will learn. So authentic assessment provides opportunities for involvement, and it means for more effective and better learning. Well, here is some assessment techniques which are coming under the umbrella of authentic assessment. Performance assessments, portfolio assessments, peer assessment, self-assessment, collaborative assessment, reflective assessment, use of wikis and blogs in assessment, and effective overall course evaluation. At this chart, I'd like to represent some techniques which can be used within the authentic evaluation. So here they are: graphic organizers, concept maps, word web, matrix, different types of charts, products which students can develop within the context of the course, books, brochure, oral presentations, newspapers, multimedia products, arts, websites. And within the product evaluation, we have to design proper rubrics which would be transparent and explicit and clear for our students to understand what exactly is taken to the point for evaluation and for focusing in overall grading. Well, other techniques, they are reflective journal, they are self-reports, participating in the conferences, presenting at the conferences, and developing students' blogs. Here, these techniques are proper for self-assessment and peer evaluation as well. At this slide, we see one of the chats, Know, Wonder, and Learn, which is appropriate for self-evaluation and peer evaluation as well. In the first column, the student is supposed to answer what I know. So, for example, we may apply it in the beginning of the term or in the beginning of the course or a topic. Then in the second one, what I wonder about the interests, about the previous backgrounds, or about the, the interests and special concerns and so on and so forth. And by the end of the course or by the end of the topic or a unit, our students may answer what they have learned, and then to compare what they know, what were their interests, and what are the outcomes of their learning. Well, when implementing authentic assessment, think about effective rubric design, transparency of the rubrics and their contents, developing rubrics for faculty and instructional designers, evaluating the degree of the learner-centeredness and interactivity of the course for exterior evaluation of the course. Student feedback in assessment is very much important for improvement and for a better adjustment of assessment techniques to the content of the course. So, principles of assessments in online course or online tutoring. Design learner-centered assessments that include self-reflection. Design and include grading rubrics for the assessment of all contributions. Include collaborative assessments through public posting of papers along with comments from students to students. Encourage students to give their feedback by providing modeling how and what is expected from them when they are commenting on something online synchronously or asynchronously. Implementing Web2 applications in assessment for online tutoring can bring very huge potential to make their techniques more verified, more effective, and more according to the interactivity principles of online learning environment. First of all, computer-generated and scored tests and quizzes. Internet-based research projects. Peer reviewing as a type of assessment, as the activity within the assessment. Internet-based case studies, web quests, participation in synchronous and asynchronous communication, providing meaningful feedbacks in forums and different types of comments. To sum up, design learner-centered assessments that align with learner-centered activities and assignments. Construct courses that contain a variety of learning activities and assessment techniques that tap various learning styles and inhibit the possibilities for plagiarism and cheating. Promote, use, and assess learner contributions to the discussion board. Use rubrics that establish performance expectations and provide a sound basis for self-assessment. Provide prompt feedback on assessments and assignments. Consider tests and quizzes as open books, which is open for improvement and a better adjustment to the needs of learners and to the context of our online tutoring. To make online assessments more effective, include authentic or performance assessments in different types of projects, portfolios, self-assessments, peer assessments, and weekly assignments that include discussion, assignments, commands, forums, and so on. Well, we are finishing with our topic and our discussion of assessment in the context of online tutoring. Thank you very much for your attention. We discussed very many important things here within the module, and I hope that it will be helpful for your further professional development and for improving your teaching experiencing and in your first steps of taking up online tutoring. Thank you very much.